Facts Verse presents Ridiculous Reasons Why Dumb People Call 911. Number 1. I don't like my sandwich! In 2012, a man named Rother McLennan from Connecticut called 911. He told the operator that he was at a deli and the person working there messed up his order. The dispatcher remained calm and told him that he should just leave the sandwich shop. Fortunately, the police were not dispatched to the deli because this really was a stupid reason to call 911. Number 2. A fire in the bathroom. A woman named Elaine Owens went into her bathroom and saw that her curtains were on fire. She instantly ran to the phone and called 911. When the officers arrived, though, they found that the flames that Elaine saw was just the sunlight reflecting off of her shower curtains. She had to have been really embarrassed. Number 3. Another deli call. Reginald Preston walked into a Subway restaurant in his hometown of Jacksonville, Florida. He ordered his sandwich and found that the sandwich artist had left off his sauce. Well, rather than going back to the counter and requesting that they add the sauce, he decided to call 911. A few minutes later, he called 911 again to complain that the police weren't responding fast enough. Some people. Wow! Number 4. Joe McCain. In 2008, John McCain was running for President of the United States. Well, his younger brother, Joe, was stuck in traffic and he called 911 to complain about it. The dispatcher told him that he cannot call 911 for non-life-threatening emergencies. Well, Joe responded to the operator with profanity and hung up. The dispatcher called him back and went to his voicemail. The outgoing message said, "Sorry, I cannot take your call right now. I am busy with a family political project." The dispatcher left him a voicemail saying that calling 911 for traffic is a criminal offense. Rather than letting it go, he called 911 again to complain about the message that he received from the dispatcher. Number 5. Reporting the moon. In 2011, a man from Canterbury, Britain dialed the 999, which is the British version of 911. He told the dispatcher that there was a massive light source above his home, and he was told that someone would look into it. Well, a few minutes later, he called 999 again, telling the dispatcher to forget his call, that the light source was the moon. Did he not know it was nighttime? Number 6. Burger King complaint. In 2005, a soccer mom from California called 911 from a Burger King restaurant. She told the dispatcher that the burger she ordered was not done her way. The dispatcher let her know that 911 was for life-threatening emergencies only and that the police could not force the employees at Burger King to make her Western bacon cheeseburger exactly the way she wanted it. Number 7. Unacceptable manicure. Cynthia Colston walked into a Florida nail salon for a manicure. When she didn't get what she asked for, she didn't ask the nail tech to fix her nails. Instead, she called 911. When the police didn't show up, she called 911 again to see when they would be getting there. Soon after, she made a third phone call to 911 to complain that nothing was being done. Finally, the police did show up, but not for the reason that Cynthia had hoped. They decided to arrest her for abusing 911. Number 8. They forgot the juice! Raymond Osmond ordered breakfast at an Oregon McDonald's and the employee forgot to give him his orange juice, so he called 911. When the police arrived, they told him that he could have simply just asked for the juice. They also told him he was abusing the system. When he refused to calm down, he was arrested and he spent the night in jail, probably without getting his juice. Number 9. He won't clean his room. Andrew Mizak was a 28-year-old member of the local Cleveland School Board. He was also living in his parents' basement. When Aaron refused to clean his room, his father called 911. During the call, Aaron could be heard crying, agreeing to clean up his room. His father apologized to the dispatcher and explained that he didn't want to ruin his son's political career. Of all the ridiculous reasons why dumb people call 911, this is the craziest. Number 10. Calling 911 for a ride. The woman in this photo was drinking at the bar, and she became intoxicated, so she called 911. She told the dispatcher that she was very drunk and needed a ride home. When the police arrived at the bar, they did give her a ride to her new home at the jail. That's what you get for abusing the 911 system. Number 11. Pot brownies. In 2006, a Michigan police officer named Edward Sanchez made a marijuana bust. He kept some of the weed so that he and his wife could make pot brownies when he got home. Later that night, he called 911. He told the operator that he was dead. When his co-workers arrived, the police officers, they arrested him and he lost his police officer job. Number 12. What's his name? In 2006, 2 Oregon police officers knocked on Lorna Dudash's door to let her know that her neighbors were complaining about her loud music. She agreed to turn it down, and the officers left. Well, a little while later, Lorna called 911 to get the name of one of the officers because she thought he was great-looking. Well, the police came back to her house, but this time they came back to arrest her. But she did get to see that cute cop again. Number 13. Calling 911 on herself. A Wisconsin woman named Mary Stray went out drinking. Later on, after drinking too much, she called 911 to report a dangerous driver on the road. When the dispatcher asked if she was behind the driver, she told them that she was the dangerous driver. Rather than pulling over, she called 911 on herself. And it worked. She was arrested. Number 14. Calling 911 on mom. There are some kids who are praised for calling 911 when there is an emergency. That's not this case. A 10-year-old boy named Dan Davis called 911 on his own mother. After she told him to go to bed, he threatened to call 911. His mom didn't believe him and told him to go to bed. Well, he ended up calling 911, and the police came. They didn't arrest anybody, but a police officer did tuck little Danny in. While doing so, he explained to Dan that 911 is only for life-threatening emergencies. Number 15. Hockey fan. In 2010, a man in Canada called 911 repeatedly, asking them to bring the Jets from Atlanta back to Winnipeg. After doing this several times, he was warned that if he didn't stop, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police were going to pick him up and take him to jail. Well, rather than being worried, he asked if they could bring him a pack of cigarettes. Number 16. The dumbest thieves ever. This is one of the dumbest 911 calls ever made. After breaking into a house in Oklahoma in 2013, one of the thieves accidentally butt-dialed 911. During the call, the 911 operator recorded them talking about all the things that they had just stolen in the break-in. It didn't take long for police to find the men and arrest them. Number 17. My house has a heartbeat. A woman in Kalispell, Montana called 911 and told the dispatcher that her house had a heartbeat. Well, when the police arrived, they found that her house didn't have a heartbeat. That thumping she heard was the feeling coming from her neighbor's loud music. Number 18. My mom took my beer. In 2010, a Florida man named Charles Dennison called 911. He told the dispatcher that his mother had taken his beer and he needed the police to come and get it back for him. When the police arrived, they found that he was very intoxicated. Big surprise there. He had a chance to sober up that night in jail. Number 19. A really stupid pothead. A man in Lincoln, Nebraska called 911 to report that one of his best hookah pipes had been stolen. When the police came to investigate, they found that he was growing several illegal pot plants in his home, and he was arrested. If he had any common sense, he'd have at least hidden the plants before the police arrived. Number 20. I need help with my homework. In 2013, a young boy called 911 because he needed help with his homework. The 911 operator was very kind and patient with the boy, and she even helped him with his subtraction problems. When the recording of the 911 call was released, the boy and the operator became internet sensations. This 911 call wasn't stupid, it was actually adorable. It was so cute, in fact, it deserves a spot on our list. Number 21. My boyfriend won't marry me. A woman in Tennessee named He Orama called 911. She told the dispatcher that her boyfriend wouldn't make up his mind about marrying her, and she was angry about it. She wanted him to make an honest woman out of her. Well, when the police arrived at her home, they discovered that she was a frequent 911 caller, and they arrested her for abusing the system. I'm thinking that boyfriend just dodged a bullet by not marrying that gal. She's crazy! Number 22. My iPhone isn't working. When most people have trouble with their iPhones, they usually call Apple for help. Well, that's not what an Illinois man named Michael Allen Skopek did. Instead, he called 911 to get the help he needed. He didn't call just once. Nope, he called several times. When the police finally arrived at his home, they didn't offer to fix his phone. Instead, they took him to jail. Number 23. My husband won't eat his dinner. In 2009, a Texas woman named Elsie Benson called 911 and told the dispatcher that her husband wouldn't eat his dinner. She had a habit of calling 911 for non-life-threatening situations, so she was taken to jail. Number 24. Another stupid thief. A man broke into a house in Shelby County, Ohio, and he accidentally butt-dialed 911. Sound familiar? Well, when he realized what he had done, he didn't run out of the house. Instead, he just hid in the closet. Well, when the police arrived, his phone's low battery alert gave him away. How stupid can you be? Number 25. I'm locked in my car. In 2009, a woman from Kissimmee, Florida called 911 and told the dispatcher that she was locked in her car. The dispatcher wasn't sure if that was a joke or not. She told the woman that even if the car has electric locks, you can still pull up on the lock. The woman realized how stupid she was, and she thanked the operator and hung up. Subscribe for more!